I don't know how to tell her I don't have car without sounding like a loser. 24. M. Meta. 23. F. On Hinge. I never had an actual girlfriend before, and our conversation went by great. We ended up talking on the phone yesterday and I was stuttering and didn't know what to say because my lack of experience. But she said she's enjoyed the conversations, then asked me I should take her out today. The thing is I don't have a car or a driver license, and I don't know how to tell her that without sounding like a loser. I told her, at work I drive a forklift and such because she's asked what kind of work I do at my job. I honestly don't know what to say. I'm scared she's not gonna like me anymore because I don't have those things. She's have her own place and car. And sadly I don't just yet. She's into what I into. I just don't know how to tell her I simply just don't have a valid license or car. Just be open and honest, tell her you never had a need to get a car or your license. And that you can meet her at whatever pub or hangout spot. Or she can pick you up if she wants to go somewhere further. It's best to be honest, it's no shame to not have a car. If she rejects you because of that, then it was never meant to be. But trying to hide the truth will be worse. When she inevitably finds out, this is something you just can't hide. Tell her you want to get a license and eventually your own car. Maybe she can even help with the license part. Set up a time to meet her in public and take whatever transit you usually take to meet her there. If it comes up in conversation and it does turn out she doesn't like you because of it, there's really nothing you can do about it. I assume you can take the bus, train, whatever in your daily life and just don't need one. I would love to take you out. How about a drink at place? It's right by bus, subway, tram stop. I can meet you there any time after 7. Does that work for you? Quote. Edited to add. Assuming there is public transit. That is. Otherwise. Suggest a place and get there however you would get anywhere else. Walking, bike, taxi, whatever. You are likely overthinking this. Just say I don't have a license or a car. If that's a breaking order her, well, move along. Jesus, you posted this to 7 different subs? And before that you posted about her in several different subs. And also repeatedly said you're 20. Now you're suddenly 24. You also spammed a bunch of subs begging for friends. Dude, you need to focus on yourself. I don't know you, and just by casually browsing your account for less than 2 minutes, you come across as desperate and needy. Of course your online persona doesn't necessarily translate to who you are as a person. But I stand by saying that you need to get your shit together. And I'm not talking about the car. You need to emotionally mature before you can have a healthy adult relationship. I'm confused. You jumped from 20 to 24 in a 6-month time frame, plus you obsessively post about a girlfriend you had and how it was a toxic relationship because she'd take hours to message you. Sounds like you should focus on yourself for a bit. Work on yourself. And go from there. When I was 20 and my boyfriend was 25, he didn't have a license or a car. It was no reflection on him. We both lived downtown and works downtown, and it really wasn't needed. My uncle has a license and a car but keeps them in a different city because he lived in San Francisco and New York, 2 cities where a car can actually be detrimental. My current boyfriend also lives in the city where you don't need a car, so he doesn't have one. It's just not a big deal. The city I live in. Since I no longer live and work downtown, I absolutely need a car because the transit system is crap. Don't over-worry about it. You shouldn't be driving a person you just met anyway. Meet in public. Unless you're going to magically get a license and car within the next few days, you just need to be open and honest with her. At the end of the day, a car is a material item. It doesn't reflect on who you are as a person. Just tell her and own it. And if you have plans to get on the road soon, make that clear too. In the meantime, just meet her at a local place or get a train, taxi. Hey, I know this is gonna sound trite, but if that stuff is a deal breaker for her, then count yourself lucky that that deal got broke. I know a car and a license seem basic, but they're actually not, and you need a lot of things to work out on your side to get those things. Money to get a car, take lessons, take tests, a friend or relative to help teach you. Not everyone has those things. I hope it all works out for you, man. It is very expensive to own a car. Many people are now skipping the car thing because of it. It is okay to be carless. You are not a loser at all. As long as you have a set goal of obtaining one, so you aren't leaning on her to be your chauffeur. I don't see the problem here. Uber, Lyft, taxis. They all exist. I don't drive BC of medical issues. I have no issues getting around. Now anyway, Uber is a great thing. I had an ex who didn't drive. I drove him around. We got into an argument. He stole something on a date and I didn't realize it until the end of the day, and I didn't like that. He basically broke up with me. Because he said it first. He said because I'm too good for him. I drive. I live at a nice place with one roommate. I have a decent job. I'm not drama. He felt like he was the opposite. We never made our hangouts about money or fancy places. He worked a minimum wage job and that was fine. But I think he felt the pressure in his mind that I was doing good and he wasn't. I think even if you go on a date with this girl, whether she cares or not about you driving, you have to build yourself. Be comfortable in your shoes. Or not be comfortable and do something about it. Just tell her that you don't have a car but you are happy to take an Uber and take her to a restaurant. The whole point of a car is to take you somewhere comfortably. The same goal can be achieved by taking a service car. So, my car, it doesn't exist. Quote. If you've ever seen Aladdin, tell her the truth. TBH. This might sound harsh, but you should get your life together before looking into getting into a relationship with a girl. This will save you heartache. Alright, bro, you gotta tell her the situation, but you also gotta get your shit in order. You can't exist in this world without a car and a license. You're from the US, and unless you live in a city with a fantastic public transportation, you really ought to get a car, but even then, don't you want to go to other places outside the city? Renting a car is expensive. It doesn't have to be a good-looking car, but something to get you from A to B. But since you don't have one, be honest and open about it.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.